Hello, welcome to the One Life Church devotional series. We cover the entire Bible in 20 months. Today's Psalms are Psalms 79 and 80. Now in Psalm 80, the psalmist Asaph, who is the great composer in the times of David and Solomon, basically says this. He says, "You enthroned between the cherubim, and you shine forth." And then he asks, he says, "May you restore our fortunes to us, and may your face shine upon us." He uses that picture twice, at the beginning and then at the very end of the psalm. He says, "May your face shine on us, may your smile, may your favor be extended to us." But the rest of the psalm, he uses a metaphor of a vine. He says this: "You transplanted a vine from Egypt, and you drove out the nations and you planted it." It's basically saying the people of God are like a vine that was planted in the promised land. Now, I'm standing next to my mother-in-law's vine here. This one has been planted, and it's not looking too healthy as vines go. And so he's basically looking at the vine of Israel, and he says it's not looking too good. And he carries on this metaphor. He says, "Why have you broken down its walls so that all who pass by can just pick its grapes? And boars of the forest ravage, and insects from the field feed on it." Now, this is a pretty dismal vine itself, and you can see a bird has made its nest here. Things peck at it. And this is a very, very accurate picture of what Asaph was saying that Israel looked like. And he says, "Return to us, Almighty. Look down from heaven and see. Watch over this vine. Look after your people. Revive us. And as we call on your name, and make your face to shine upon us." It's a beautiful picture. And I don't know, sometimes when I go before the Lord, I'm not sure that I use pictures like this, but I ask God to come and intervene. And that's what prayer is really, isn't it? It's intervening when things aren't going too well. Well, the previous psalm, Psalm 79, starts like this: "O God, the nations have invaded your inheritance." One nation invading another. Israel, in this particular instance, lying in ruins. And then this psalm is basically saying, "Come to our rescue, please." It's very topical. Right now, we've witnessed this last month, Russia invading Ukraine. It's put the whole world on edge, hasn't it? Because we all know Russia has nuclear bombs. And if anyone comes to Ukraine's assistance, Putin has implied that he'll unleash some of his nuclear weaponry. But a far more pressing concern is what's happening to our oil reserves right now, because Russia has these massive fossil fuel fields. Now, this has put Iran in a very powerful position, and they're beginning to negotiate their own nuclear deal now. Right now, this week, they were negotiating a progress with their nuclear weapons deal. And Israel has said, if that happens, that's a direct threat. Because Iran has said they're going to obliterate Israel. And then Israel says they will take action. So, I mean, on every front now, fossil fuel problems, Iranian threat, Russian threat, retaliation threat. This is the situation that the writer was writing in Psalm 79. And he says, "Help us, God our Savior." I don't know about you, but when I look at world events, I am so glad that the God I serve is on the throne, and all powerful and almighty, and we can entrust the future in his hands.